Oh, I got spaghetti on it.
You did.
That's all right. This gets cut off.
Oh my gosh, Mom.
Anyway, so I'll just keep talking.
Yes, go ahead.
So
Your favorite. Let me just. Hi there. Welcome to the Notorious Needle. I'm Sarah.
I'm Bridget.
And on this channel, we talk about cross-stitch.
We do.
We also swear.
Sometimes.
And sometimes we talk about American politics from a liberal perspective and how that affects our stitching.
And it does.
It does sometimes, but I don't think I'm stitching anything like that right now. You are? Okay.
I am. For sure.
So we like to get started. Oh, I can't see my outline. Let me just...
You have intro, giveaway.
Yeah.
So go with the giveaway.
I wrote everything down today.
Well, then, look at you. You don't need the sign.
I am on a roll. The first thing I want to do is giveaway winners.
Yes.
So in the previous Flosstube, we had 2 giveaways because the one before that I forgot.
And they're small, so take 2.
They're small, so take 2. So the first one, this is Iris by Rosewood Manor. And congratulations to Sarah, the singing stitcher. Yay!
All right.
I did forget to screenshot your comments, but it was lovely, so thank you. And then for the second giveaway, this is Welcome by Creative Moments. Is there a designer? I don't see a designer name. Anyway, Welcome. That's what it looks like.
It's Welcome Summer.
Welcome Summer, and congratulations to Nicole Lalita. Again, thank you for your wonderful comment.
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
We'll get these out to you in the mail very shortly.
As soon as I can. And if you, thank you for your comments. I appreciate it. And please keep them coming. Really, there's only a few comments, and there were only like 3 or 4 for each of these, so a very high chance of winning.
Yep. And by the way, in case you don't know, when you comment on a video, YouTube sees the interaction as positive thing, and it puts the video in front of more viewers. So the way to expand the channel, if you comment.
Yeah, so thank you for your comments. They really help.
Yes.
Speaking of your comments, I also pick a few comments. I'm going to have Bridget read these, though, because most of them are about her cross-stitch.
Uh-oh.
I like to pick a few comments just to talk about. So here you go, your comments.
Okay.
Can you read it? Is it too small?
I don't know.
It's pretty small.
This is from Allison_Dre_Stitchery. It says, Bridget and I with our fabric scraps. Oh, yeah. They are my favorite. I love to find things to put on all the small pieces. Those Witch's Garden craft swatches are the best. Yes, I agree. They are. I have more needle books to make in my future because I found that I only have made like maybe 4 or 5.
Okay.
And I have like 9 whips going. So I want a needle book in
needle
every
books,
whip.
Ornaments. They're really good for all kinds of little, even if you have like Michelle Bendy Stitchy, another Flosstuber, she has like a journal and she puts her small stitches. She just sticks them in the journal.
No.
Instead of like finishing and framing them.
I like to make them useful.
Okay.
When they're little tiny like that, they're so easy to finish for some reason.
Here's the next comment. There's 3 comments. Okay. So here's the next.
So this one is Sonia
Sunberg 2940.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I have new lenses, but I'm still getting used to them.
Oh, okay.
I love the fabric you used for the Erin Elizabeth pattern. So different than the others I've seen. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have a lot of weird fabric, so I really want to use it up.
Yeah, hello 80s.
What do you mean 80s?
That's when all the weird fabrics came out. And here's the last one. Yeah.
Always be yourself. -6. Wrote, I get so excited when I see you post a video. Me too. My mom's favorite flower is the iris. I would love to welcome my new friend to come back and stitch some more. Happy stitching. Oh, but she wasn't one of our winners, was she?
No, not this time.
Well, keep coming.
Yeah. Keep it coming.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments. Like Bridget said, it really helps the channel.
It does. Now, for the elephant in the room, why am I wearing a hat?
Oh, right. Why is she wearing a hat?
Well, basically, my hairdresser has pretty much retired. I don't want to go to another hairdresser.
Yeah.
And we're going away for the summer for a couple of months. And I don't want to have to be bothered. So I'm letting the roots grow out.
Bum, bum, bum.
And they're white.
You guys, they're white.
Like completely white.
Like not salt and pepper.
No.
Like she is sporting the Q-tip.
Yeah. That's just mean.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you prefer cotton ball?
You know your grandmother watches these.
Oh, I am halfway there. Like my roots are because we use the same hairstylist.
Yeah.
So my roots are growing out too. So I need to. I'm not ready though. I'm not ready.
No.
And it's, I feel really self-conscious because my husband is younger than me. So I'm gonna be doing my hair for a minute. But please go on about you.
Well, I asked my husband if he was okay with me growing my hair out, and
really?
He said, well,
Did he say, is this a trick question?
He said,
because that's what I said.
He said to me, I thought you were going to hang on to the red forever, for as long as you could. And I said, well, that was the original plan, but I kind of want to see what it looks like if I just...
And you can always change your mind and dye it again.
I can. I can.
We gray early in our family.
Oh, yeah.
My 18-year-old already has a sprinkling of grays, probably about 2 or 3%. I
got my first white hair when I was 26.
He was 14.
Yeah. So I started dyeing my hair. I was 17.
I got my first gray hair at 17.
Yeah, I started dyeing my hair early. Yeah. And then, I mean, I just have always had it this color and just never, I saw like a 1/4 inch. I'd be like, okay, roots.
We're sporting the skunk stripe right now. All right.
It's bad.
So we have this fabulous cross-stitch hat.
Yeah, this is what I wear under my bee suit.
What is this? Do you remember what this pattern is? What it's called?
I don't know. It's a queen bee.
A queen bee.
Yeah.
Stitched on some kind of Aida.
Yeah, and then I just cut it out and frayed it a little bit, and you fray check on it, and stitched it onto the hat. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, this is what I wear under my veil.
Okay.
Because if you don't wear something, the veils are expandable.
Yeah.
And when you look up, the veil will come down and it'll hit your nose. And then anytime the veil can hit your face, the bees can sting you there.
Yeah.
And since I really don't like getting
and then you ended up with if you inhale, you end up with it like in your mouth or something, right?
Well,
no. Okay.
They're not like.
Well, I don't know.
They're not swarming me or anything, but
no, I don't mean the bees. I mean the veil is annoying.
Well, it can be, but I wear this when I'm beekeeping. And that's about it. I don't wear gloves or a whole bunch of other stuff because if I'm calm, they're calm.
Okay.
So I've learned to be calm. But anyway, that's not stitching.
Not stitching. Okay. So we are moving on to new stitchy stuff.
Yes. You might as well go first.
Okay. I have 2 new stitchy stuffs. The first one is I got fabric. This is the Fabric of the Month Club from Be Stitch Me. And then I get 32 count Jobeline, and this is called Radioactive. You guys.
It is.
This is like
mama,
the most fluorescent, greeniest green I've ever seen. Isn't it? I don't like green. This is fun. This is like a tropical lime lemon. It could also be like Halloween.
I was going to say, I see a monochrome black Halloween pattern. In fact, if you want to borrow the Midnight.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
The one that I made on the.
It could also be like,
cool.
It's very spring. It could also be spring. You could put like hot pink flowers.
I can't see you with bunnies on that. That's just not your thing.
But like tropical flowers, maybe.
Maybe.
I like that with like a toucan.
Orchids.
I don't know.
It's really bright.
I don't even like green. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. So I'm happy with it. And then
that's really cool.
The other thing, here it is. I got a needle minder. Did I write down? Oh, yes. This is from Gina's Unique Boutique on Etsy. So I got a rhinestone poop unicorn needle minder.
Yep. He's pooping a rhinestone rainbow.
He is pooping a rhinestone rainbow. And then it came with this little freebie needle minder from Gina's. So thank you.
Very cute.
I will put the link to both of these below. That's it for me for new stitchy stuff.
Okay.
Not a lot. I've been eyeing this one for years.
Well, what takes you so long? I see something, I like it, I buy it.
Well, it goes in and out of stock.
Oh.
And so I'm like, oh, do I want to spend the extra bucks? Maybe not. And
that's true.
So when it's in stock, it has to coincide when I'm in the mood
to buy it.
to spend. So
I gotcha. So I bought I guess it's called the Poison Garden Stitch Along pattern.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
From Over the Rainbow, right?
From Living on the Rainbow.
Living on the Rainbow.
That's the same designer who did the little camper pin cushions that I've made 4 of.
Yep. And I've also purchased her she has like a potion book and a monster book for Halloween, which I haven't started yet.
So the Poison Garden Stitch Along is a book.
Yeah.
It's another little book, but I jumped the gun before you could get there.
Okay.
Because you
I'm not going to stitch that one.
Well, you got the other 2, so I am. And then a lady, I'm not sure how to say it, Ravenga.
Okay.
There's a link in the notes. She's doing an embellishment pack.
Yes.
Which is this is the pattern. It's a little book.
Can
it's
you?
So cute.
Yeah, it's reflecting off the plot. She doesn't want to take it out of the. There we go.
And the reason I don't want to take it out is because
it has a lot of little pieces.
There's the corners for the book here. There's the little frog charm that's going to go on it. This is, I guess, for the lining. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't seen all the instructions. Because the Stitch Along, she came out with the pattern on the 24th that showed up in my email. And I ended up getting the one that includes the fabric for the pages and the fabric for the book cover. Since I knew I didn't have anything like this in my stash. Surprise, surprise. But I didn't.
Sorry, I just realized I don't have the screenshots of my pictures from my website. So I'm doing that while you're...
Bad girl. Anyway, so I'll just keep talking.
Yes, go ahead.
So
Your favorite.
So I got the embellishment pack with the fabric.
Nice.
This time.
Oh, you got her fabric. The recommended fabric.
Yes.
Okay.
So she put the embellishment pack together so you can buy either just the embellishments and the fabric, or the embellishments, the fabric, and the floss.
Yes.
But I just got the fabric and the embellishment.
Okay.
So I figured that was cool. And it is. It's really cool. Now I got to figure out where I'm going to put stuff.
Oh, here. Well,
talking about
if I scooch over, you won't see me.
No, it's okay. Oh, okay. So my Fabric of the Month Club also includes I signed up for the Hand-Dyed Silk of the Month Club.
Yeah.
So these are all from Be Stitch
Oh, look how they're all green too.
These are all green. I know. I'm looking at your fabric and I'm going, I've got floss for that. So this is Willow. This is actually March's Fabric of the Month Club. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty.
It's so pretty. It's a very lightly modeled tan. And that is such a good, I love it when I get some of the
good neutrals.
The cream neutrals, yeah, because I can put so much on this. And it's a 16 count.
Okay.
And she always gives a 1/4 yard, which is
got a lot of floss here. Wait till you see this.
Shit, I know.
Is this from the 1 or is this from 2?
No, this is just 1.
Oh, wow.
You get 5 10 yard skeins of hand-dyed floss every month. And this one is Emerald Hand. And this one is Envy Hand. And this one is Parakeet Hand. I see a pattern.
Hand?
I don't know.
Because they're
green.
Green is a
and
hand.
This is Lichen Hand.
Okay.
And then you have Banana Hand.
Maybe they're...
But
they're
all
put in the comments
really
below if you know why all of these are
labeled hand.
But we have no idea.
But I mean, they're all in the same palette. So they would all go together in the same pattern. I mean, I love the way...
you could definitely put those all in the same pattern.
Yeah, and they would make...
These two are a little similar, but...
Yeah, but I mean, they would be good for ombre.
Shading, yeah.
Yeah, shading.
Ombre.
Shading, ombre, kind of same thing.
Yeah.
And then, just last night, I go to my mailbox,
and
guess what I've got?
This is month number 2.
I've got April's Fabric of the Month Club. Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
will you see
whoa.
This is called Wild Bouquet.
Oh my gosh.
Is that gorgeous?
Holy cow.
I don't know if the camera's doing it justice.
Even...
It is so this is like an Easter basket.
Yeah.
On fabric.
That's so
That
pretty.
is so spring.
Yeah.
So beautiful. But then the silks that came with it kind of go with it.
Very pastel.
Because they're all super pretty. Look at that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look at that. They kind of go with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally put these together. And I might actually keep these together in my stash. I don't know. So this one is Pearl Hand. Here we go again, right? And this one is another green. Men hand
little
dyed.
green men.
Oh,
maybe the hand is because it's hand dyed.
Little green men hand dyed.
The hand is just hand dyed. It's not part of the color.
Okay, so I'm stupid.
Okay. It's
Oh,
hand
this
dyed.
is pearl.
So okay, so she's not reading the whole link. It says emerald hand dyed silk. So the color is emerald. The color is envy. The color is parakeet, and then lichen, and then banana. But it's banana hand dyed silk.
Well, it's all in one line, and the dyed silk is on another
line. This is
line.
why when we do projects, it's Sarah that reads the instructions.
Right, because I can't read.
Bridget doesn't.
Apparently.
She doesn't see it.
Okay, so
oh, that's so funny.
This is Little Green Men.
Little Green Men. I love it.
I'm a goofy girl.
Yeah.
This is then Pearl.
Okay.
And then this one is Blizzard.
Blizzard. Oh, nice.
I know, right? And then this one is Balance. And then this one is Chick.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to put in the comments why they all say hand, because I think we figured it out. However, feel free to put in the comments. You guys
I kicked the stand.
Feel free to put in the comments what a dingbat I am.
You know, it's funny. Some people, they comment as they watch the video, so they might have already commented by the time they get to this part, and then they're like, I'm leaving it.
Duh.
I mean, because I didn't think of it either. I'm like, why does it just say hand?
It's on.
I should have just read it myself.
Well, but wouldn't you read that pearl hand? I mean, look, it says pearl hand on the one line and then dyed silk on the second.
Yeah, I would read the whole thing.
Why would you read the whole thing?
Why wouldn't you?
Because it's dyed silk. I already know it's dyed silk. They all say that. I don't know.
Okay.
It's me.
Okay.
It's me.
I don't know. I would just, my brain works differently.
I'm an idiot.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that was funny. And my brain works differently. And now we know why.
Right.
Right. Not all of them.
So, Brandy, don't be mad at me. I'm sorry.
Because with the last video, you read it the same way. They all said hand. And I was like, I wonder why it says that.
Oh, but now we do.
Now we know.
Now we know. Now, moving on. I also got a pattern. Be Different. I saw this on Facebook. Look, yeah, because you got 5 similar bees and then 1 green, and then the bee is also in green. Be Different.
That's blue. And do you stitch the honeycomb, or you?
She did it on honeycomb fabric.
Very cool.
Which I don't have, but that's okay. Here, I'll take it out of the. I should take it out of the thing. So Be Different, and it's by the Blackberry Rabbit.
Okay.
And I got this from Feisty Needle.
Oh,
our friend Tona.
Hey, Tona.
Yeah. So I went to Tona's shop online, and the funny thing is, I had seen this pattern on Facebook that somebody was stitching, and I fell in love with it. I'm like, oh, this is so me. Duh.
It's cute.
Yeah. I'm a little bit of a different beekeeper, that's for sure. So
different.
So then I was like, I want to stitch that. And then I started looking for it online, and then I saw it on Amazon, but I know a lot of people are boycotting Amazon. So I'm kind of trying to find alternatives to Amazon. And then I went to Tona's store and happened to see it in her so I was like, oh great, I can buy from a friend of mine and I can get a pattern I want.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
Cool beans.
Win-win. Okay. And then of course I have my Just Cross Stitch magazine with 27 designs for on-the-go summer stitching.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yep. And it's super cute. And I love how now they have the one page in the back, or at least they used to. Do they not have it anymore?
Cross Stitch Basics, or?
No, they always had one page in the back. There it is. I missed it.
Oh,
where they show all the patterns in the magazine. So I thought I would just give you guys a quick glimpse in case there's something you see that you go, oh, I'm gonna stitch that. So let me get the magazine.
Very nice.
I think it's a really good deal. 27 patterns for the price of the issue. And yes, I do have it in paper form, but because I have the paper issue, I can go online and download the digital copy, which is what I usually do because I try to put my patterns in my tablet because I don't like to have to carry the book around. Plus, I mean, the pages get shop worn, and I've got patterns from older books because I've used them so much. When I go to stitch another pattern, the page is all coming apart, and I can't see because they put the pattern in the fold. That's what they do. Anyways, that's all my new Stitchy
Okay.
stuff. I'm good.
Did we skip announcements?
You did.
We did. We skipped announcements. So announcements. Nothing major. A couple of small things. First, Amazon links. So nobody is a fan of, well, very few are a fan of Jeff Bezos right now. And I have definitely cut back on my Amazon purchases. And I understand that many of you are doing that as well. And so moving forward, we are still going to provide Amazon links where applicable. However, Bridget and I are scouring the internet to try and find these items on places that are not Amazon, and we will give you non-Amazon options to find what we're working on if we can. Sometimes that's the only place you can find it in the entire internet. But lots of times you can go to places like 123 Stitch, Everything Cross Stitch, and then your local needle shop if you're lucky enough to have one, which we are. Yes. And many local needle shops will ship to you. I think ours does.
Yeah, Cross Stitch Cupboard
will ship to you. So maybe I'll just give her a call and be like, hey, do you have this?
She didn't used to, but COVID forces even the old dogs to learn new tricks.
Quarantine, definitely. So I just wanted to address that issue. For convenience, we're still going to put up Amazon links. However, it's your convenience, not ours, and we are still going to try to find links to everything non-Amazon links.
Right. So if you're boycotting Amazon, like a lot of people,
we'll enable you to do that. Second is I got a second job to supplement my income because groceries be crazy right now.
And she's still feeding a teenage boy.
And to try and pay down some debt that we had to incur for house repairs. Homeownership is very expensive in South Florida. Crazy. I mean, my husband and I make a decent living. We make a decent wage, and we would be decently middle class anywhere but here. Yep. Here it's low middle class. Anyway, what that means for you is that I will have less time to create patterns and tutorials. I started this several months back, and you may have already noticed that there has definitely been a decline in the volume of patterns, and I don't think I've done a tutorial since like September, so those take a long time. I am working on still the dumpster fire assembly tutorial. I've got it about halfway done, so I just need to get that finished. But again, with a second job, I've got to find time in between. This will not impact our floss tubes. They're only once a month. I can still dedicate the time to do that and then edit the video afterwards. So I just wanted to let you know what's going on in my life that's affecting the Notorious needle. And I just really appreciate everybody who watches and supports the channel and continues to watch, because that means that the Notorious needle itself is solvent, and I can keep up the tutorials that I already have because they pay for the web hosting. The commercials on the website and on YouTube pay for the web hosting every month, every year, and no, it is every month. Yeah. So thank you for that. That's it for announcements.
Okay.
Afternoon Stitchy Stuff is finishes.
Yay!
I don't have any finishes at all, and not even one little one.
I guess
all my stuff is big.
I guess we're back to the Bridget show.
The Bridget show.
I have finishes. Okay, so my first finish.
I'm gonna be over here with my Notorious needle bottle.
Yeah, I have one too. Ooh, birch. So my first finish is the Wheel of the Year in bulk. What do you call them? Bookmark. Yeah. So this was a kit, and even though I did get it on Amazon, I did find it on another source. So we'll be putting both of those links in the bottom. It is a Ukrainian designer, Povritula. Wow, I can't. Povit
Povitrulia.
Rulya. Povitrulia.
Maybe.
I don't
Sorry
know
about
if I'm
that.
saying that right. But anyway, I love to support our Ukraine designers. And I'm like, not only, is it a really cute kit.
It is really cute.
It came with
you stitched the front and the back.
Well, it came with 2 pieces of Aida. And it came with the full instructions, and it came with a lot of floss, and I was able to use all the floss it came with to finish the one side, and then I just matched it with stuff I had in my stash. And you can't give me 2 pieces of Ada and think I'm going to leave one blank. I mean, what would be the point?
Yeah.
And so what I did was I got a little bit of very, very thin cardboard to put between to give it some body, and stitched around the outside.
Is that
And
blanket stitch?
it's a blanket stitch. Yep. Very good. Look at
Okay.
you. Well, it's an embroidery stitch, it's a blanket stitch.
Yeah.
But you could easily have done a straight stitch or whatever you want. You could even glue it. You could even freight check it together.
Did they
if
have
you
the
don't
blanket
bother.
stitch instructions?
They did.
Okay.
They very good instructions, as a matter of fact. And I mean, kudos to her. Not only did she get all of the kit was done very, very well. The symbolism is perfect. It's just beautiful. And she has quite a few other bookmark patterns.
Okay.
That I might be I don't read books anymore.
Oh yeah, no, it's audiobooks for me.
I read either audiobooks, podcasts. I read on my phone every night, but holding a physical book. I mean, the ones I read, they're quite a number of pages, and holding them in my hand actually hurts my hand, and then I can't stitch, and we can't have that.
No,
so
not good enough.
No, I read digital books. Need a bookmark for digital books.
Right.
So, but it was just too cute.
It's very cute.
I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
So I got it, and anyways, that's
your
one of
finish.
That's one of my finishes.
Okay.
And then here we go, just in time for Beltane.
Yay!
This one is the Beltane by Witches Gardens Crafts, and you may remember that I purchased all 8 because they came in a set.
Yes.
And so you will be seeing more of
all 8 sabbats.
All 8 sabbats. Yes.
Wiccan sabbats.
Yeah. And now the interesting thing is, I saw online somebody is selling wooden.
I mentioned that in the last Flosstube.
You did.
Oh, so I will. Thank you. That reminds me, because I have a note here.
Isn't it Thread the Needle?
There's a bunch of them. So I saw Caterpillar cross stitch, and I saw several on Etsy. If you just search embroidery hoop backing on Etsy.
Yeah.
However, I was wrong. They don't. In the last Flosstube, I said they just kind of pop in there and they're held in place. All of the ones that I saw recommended that you glue them in. So I just wanted to clarify that, because I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't glue it.
Thread the Needle Stitchery. That's the lady who did the Beach Please retreat, and then they moved to, I want to say, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Anyway, she sends me an email, and she has them listed. And what she's
you're on her email list?
Yeah, okay. I'm on everybody's email list. If you got stitching,
I'm on
your email list.
10 of them. Yeah, I have a separate email just for cross stitch.
But anyway, so she's selling a frame and the backing part
together,
and she's selling them together, and she'll sell you like 5 frames and 5 backs, and the backs pop into the frame.
It is pop-ins.
That's what she's saying.
They don't glue though.
They're not, according to the email. And I went on the website and looked, and then I sent it to my husband and said, can you make these for me? And then I realized I can just cut a 6-inch square of cardstock.
But it wouldn't be exactly 6. It would be less. It would probably be closer to like 5.5.
Well, hers fit in the frame she's selling.
Yeah.
So hers, I guess, would. But anyway, so I'm just lazy. I just did that. And
I'm even lazier.
It's going on when it's on the wall, this is what you see.
Yeah.
So who cares?
It's lovely.
But I think it's really super cute.
You used the called for colors?
I used the called for colors and the pattern just as she sold it.
And the fabric.
Yep.
Well, what fabric?
Well, the fabric is 14 count monk's cloth.
Okay.
And I cut all 8 of them out ahead of time.
Okay.
Which is not like me.
Please indulge me. I would like to get a good frame for our thumbnail, because I have a hard time getting them. So hold it up and we'll smile. Okay, that's it.
You're so funny.
No, what happens is I go to edit these videos, and YouTube always, the YouTube pick is always one where we're like,
They like those, yeah. The really oddball. The really oddball ones,
or it's usually you making some kind of weird ass face like that one, like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, YouTube, seriously. So you have a finish,
right? This looks so professional.
Oh my god, we're a mess, the two of us.
That's okay.
We're done with finishes. Good job.
Are.
Next is whips.
No, we're done with fully finishes.
Full. We're
Don't
not
you
done with
guys
finishes.
distinguish between finished
I
and
don't.
fully finished?
I mean, yes, but not usually. In the floss tube, it's the same section.
Well, I see other people. do
Okay,
it
on
that
with the
way.
Bridget show.
On with the show. So, anyways, yes,
Ooh, what did you finish?
I finished. I finished in a
Oh,
twinkling.
Mom, he's lovely. Look at that.
Can everybody see it? Do I have it in a good
Yes,
spot?
it's in a good spot. That looks fantastic.
Isn't he gorgeous?
Yes.
Old-fashioned
Here,
Santa.
you talk about it, and I'll
remember,
do the zoom in.
if you've watched before, you know I didn't
you don't like the boots. Did
the
you
boots thing. I didn't restitch it.
Okay.
I left it because
Yeah,
it didn't bother me enough.
I'm gonna do a close up while you talk about the pattern.
So let me find it. It's the design is by Nancy Doctor. It's on 18 count Fiddler's Light by Idle Hands Incorporated. And I got it. The pattern is in For the Love of Cross Stitch, January 1994. So, but it is called In a Twinkling. So if you are looking for the pattern, that's the name of it anyway. But
I don't know if it's sold separately, but
I just got a thing for old Santas.
old Santas.
Yeah, because I'm old and I like old Santas.
He's cute.
He's adorable.
He came out fantastic.
He did, and now I'll just have to figure out.
Does have a lot of French knots.
It does. Well, it was either French knots or beading.
Beads, and this is 16 count.
No, this is 18.
18 count.
It says it's 18 count.
The beads.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell. All of this is French knots in this thing. All of this around the edge is all French knots because it was either French knots or beads.
I think beads are a little too big for 8. Even seed beads are too big for 18.
I'm not afraid of French knots.
Yeah, no, they came out great. I'm just, trying to be helpful.
But French knots, if you're going to do it on 18 count, one strand.
One strand.
One strand works. 2 strands, it's too
It's
funky.
a little too,
too big.
It's finicky.
Too big. Now,
ooh, this looks familiar.
I like this pattern. This is by Notorious Needle.
Yay.
And it's called No Kings Live Here. Oops. Yeah, you want to grab one side, I'll grab the other. And this is Sarah's pattern, and it's on 18 count Gold Rush by Bestitch Me.
Oh, okay, nice.
So this is a, leftover.
Leftover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, I think I cut it out because I didn't think I had anything else on, but Gold Rush was so perfect for this because it makes the white crown really pop. So this was a fun stitch. I think this took me 2 days.
Oh yeah,
this was easy. Yeah, this was a quickie. Yeah,
yeah.
And this can be found on her website.
Notoriousneedle.com. No, it's actually on Etsy.
Yeah,
which is notoriousneedle.com/Etsy or /Gumroad GUMROAD.
But I love it because guess where that's going?
In the window by the front door?
Probably. And then the other one that I finished is Auschenclaus. Auschenclaus because he's a German Santa Claus.
Fantastic.
Or Austrian, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
He has that really, it's really
he has that funny. Like judgy Santa.
Face. Yeah.
Are you on the naughty list or the nice list?
Right. And this is the Santa you see if you're on the naughty list.
He kind of looks like my dad.
Ask him how I know. Oh. Does he? He does.
Kind of looks like my dad.
Well, he has those same bristly eyebrows.
And the mouth, like the
the mouth. The pattern is by Carol Emmer Designs. This is on 16 count Ada Oatmeal. And I found him in the Just Cross Stitch Christmas version, 2001.
And now, is he? Did you use the called for colors?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And a little bit of. He's got just a little bit of bling on the bottom.
Oh, nice.
Now, funny thing, I looked up Carol Emmer Designs online, and she has a whole line of these Santas.
Oh no! Here we go.
All different colors and basically
different countries,
but the face is the same.
Oh, okay.
On all the Santas, they're the same face. She's changed up like the accoutrement, what's around him, and some of them are a little bigger, some of them are a little smaller, and but some are green, some are blue, but he's got the same face.
That same judgy face.
That same judgy face. Yeah. So it's really funny. So she definitely has a type for Santas.
Very cool.
I like him.
Yeah.
I definitely like him.
He's beautiful. Very excellent shading.
Oh, yeah.
It just come out so good.
It did. It came out really cute. Really good. And then, of course, I'm going to, he's going to go in an ornament.
Yeah.
So I'll have all of this left over.
And you're going to stitch the whole set and get matching ornaments?
No.
Ornament frames?
No. I don't know if I'll stitch the whole set.
Okay.
I mean, It's always, I can always look back and say, oh, I'm ready for another Santa.
Yeah.
Let's see.
When you're ready for another
When I'm
Santa.
ready. But that's all of my finishes. Done.
Okay. On to whips.
Whips.
So my first whip is ninja anime characters. So there are 14 ninja anime characters by Cross Stitch's Tales on
I will hold
Etsy.
Are you
And
Are you
this
doing the
is
one in the hoop?
4 of 6. Yep, that's my whip. That's Gara from Naruto. And I'm doing 2 pillowcases for my kid. And the fabric is called Beanstalk. It's 18 count from Fiber on a Whim. I'm using the called for colors and I'm stitching with 2 strands. So that's
That's
one.
a lot.
This is one of 2 pillowcases. Each pillowcase will have 6 of these characters, and then there'll be a 13th character, Naruto, the main character, and he will be in a separate frame.
Now, did it call for the change of colors, or
Yes.
did you just run out?
No. I called for colors. No, I went to the store and bought more 223.
Yes. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It is, but this I stitch this when I'm like sitting
Netflix stitching.
You know, it's filler. So
it is. It probably goes pretty fast too.
Yeah, it does. Except, so I've been able to complete one every month. Not this month, as I worked. So yeah.
It's coming along.
Yeah, it is. So that's one of.
You're going to need to buy some pillow backing pretty soon.
What is pillow backing?
It's just a piece of fabric that's complementary to that you're going to put for the back of the pillow.
Because I was thinking of doing fusible interfacing instead.
It has nothing to do with it.
Oh.
You have to have a back on the pillow. You know how I made the pillow out
you
of
mean
the ghost
the separate piece of fabric that
yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're going to find complementary fabric and you want it at 90% off.
I thought there was a product called pillow backing. You're just talking about the fabric that I would use on the back of the pillow. Okay, I did not understand that. Okay,
sorry.
Oh, and my future daughter-in-law's favorite color is green, so that's why it's green, because their apartment
doesn't look that green. It looks more teal to
me. It's a green. It's a bluish. It's like a sage.
Yeah,
green. Yeah. But it's called.
But I would take that with you because it's going to be hard to find something complementary.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, and the next one I stitched on is Yggdrasil. It's also, this pattern is also called the Celtic Tree of Life. Ooh, shoot, I still have a needle on here. That's right. I usually take them off. Let's put that on the needle minder. Ooh, that's really good magnet.
Yeah, good.
All right. Celtic Tree of Life because it's Celtic.
Right, and it's tree.
All right, so on this one, so I only stitched it on my lunch break for a week, and I finished 2/3 of this side stripe right here, this blue stripe. There's I'm almost done with that one. That's all I got done in 5 hours.
There's going to be a darker stripe over here.
There's going to be one more frame. Oh, you know what? I didn't show
you one more to go.
I went and did the screenshots and I didn't show you.
You've been working on this for like 2 years, right?
So this is what the pillow will be like when it's finished.
Oh, that one, yeah.
So these are all the characters, the 6 characters for that pillow number 1 out of 2. And then that's the one I'm working on, the little redhead guy. His name is Gara or Gara. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And then Yggdrasil, this is the monochrome pattern. This is what it will look like when it's done. So there's one more frame outside of this blue frame that I decided with Bridget's help to use. There's going to be like a midnight blue or a dark navy blue.
Right.
So, but this is what I stitched on this month. I only stitched on it 1 week's worth of lunch breaks.
And what fabric is this?
Oh, sorry. I'm stitching in my own colorway, 2 strands over 2. This is 36 count linen called Wapo Blue by Needle Bling Designs. And it's like the prettiest blue that ever blued.
It's a pretty blue. I love it. Yeah. So when you do something with this, you're going to cut like this part off, right?
I'm going to frame it or whatever.
Yeah. Well, can I have whatever you cut off?
Oh yeah, of course. Absolutely.
I'm just like, I love this color.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm thinking hat band, maybe.
Oh, okay. And you're going to stitch like flowers, daisies or something?
I don't know.
Okay.
Something. I mean, maybe I'll just stitch pride colors on it or something.
Oh, yeah.
That would be just so cool on this,
really
this blue. Yeah.
It is really pretty. So that's 2 of 4. So Number 3, this is cross stitch. I don't have a picture of this one completed, but it's
But you do have the book.
the book is another one with a needle on it. I usually take the needles off.
She's slacking.
Dude, what did I say? It's perimenopause.
Perimenopause.
So this is the fossil. This is from the book Cross Stitch
you
to
really
Calm
gotta get it closer
by
it's
Leah
so
Lintz.
pretty.
It's on 25 count Lugana. It's ivory by Zweigart, and then I'm stitching with Sulky number 4016. I'm stitching 1/1.
So pretty.
So the Sulky is almost too thick for the 25 count, but it's
Yeah.
coming out really nice.
It is stiff.
It's very stiff.
Yeah,
As the Sulky is very thick.
But you get a lot of good coverage.
Well, yeah.
I mean, and it's just I love the colorway on this.
Me too.
I love the way that you've got the variegated going.
Yeah, I tried to stitch it so it's not all horizontal, the variations.
Right.
I'm stitching it from the center, right? So like the top and the bottom, the variations are horizontal, right? But on the left and the right, the variations are vertical. And then on the diagonal, I'm trying to stitch the variation diagonally.
So what's happening is
it's supposed to be like kind of expanding from the center.
Right. But what it looks like is like if you follow the color, it goes around like that.
Oh, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So your eye kind of gets drawn around. So the color is actually following the pattern of the Nautilus shell.
I mean, not necessarily. I guess I should have stitched it
Look,
like that.
That's exactly what's happening. If you do that,
yeah.
you look around like there's the green, you follow the green around. It's really good.
Yeah, I was trying to get that circular effect.
Mm-hmm,
so I'm enjoying it. It's a very simple, easy stitch. I probably did not leave enough fabric on the side, but this is a leftover piece of fabric. So
yep. Hey, you're pulling up Bridget.
It is. Yeah. Every scrap.
Yep.
Stitch every scrap.
They make 4-inch hoops. It'll fit perfectly in that.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think it'll fit in a 4-inch hoop.
I haven't decided how I'm gonna finish it.
I have a tip for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I saw this on somebody else's thing.
Oh, go ahead.
I saw this on somebody else's thing, so I didn't.
Go for it.
I can't claim.
Do you remember who it was?
God, no. I don't write this shit down. Okay. I see it, I go, oh, that's a good idea. And then a month later, I remember the idea, but I don't remember who gave it to me. But anyways.
Write it in your book.
Maybe. So if you have something like this, and you got enough to put in the hoop, but you don't have enough to pull this side tight.
Yeah.
You just take a scrap piece of anything, any fabric, stitch it here. Then you've got enough to pull through because you're going to yank on it, and then you're just going to cut it off anyway.
Okay.
So you can add.
Great idea.
And it can be anything.
Because it's not going to show.
It can be a piece of scrap fabric off of something you sewed.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be Aida cloth. It
Okay.
doesn't have to be sewing fabric at all.
I like
anything. And then there you go.
Thank you. That's
you could even use an old napkin.
Yeah.
You know, an old linen napkin or something. Sew it on there because you're going to cut it off
or
when you're done, and then you can reuse the napkin.
Which is what we use when you have a scroll frame. Yeah. That's what you do anyways. You stitch the end to the scroll rod, which has like a strip of fabric on it.
Mm-hmm. And then you end up cutting it off. And this way you have enough to pull and stretch in the hoop, and then you can still reuse that other piece.
That is a great idea. If you ever figure out who that was,
I'd love to credit them.
I would love to credit them and put a link to their video.
Well, to be honest, the person that I saw doing it said they stole the idea from somebody else.
Oh, but did they give that person credit?
It's been passing around.
Okay. So maybe it's one of those things where like the original
hive mind has come up with it, and now it's just everybody's talking about it.
I was trying to rethread the needle. I'll do that later.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys. I have been working on Pandemic.
Oh, good.
By
I've missed seeing that one.
Dog Samplers. This is coming out. I am so in love with this project. I might stitch on it for the whole summer.
This is another one you've been working on for years.
Since 2021. I started a year after the pattern came out.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my.
This is what I have done. I think I counted. It's like 7 pages so far.
I'm not sure. Well, we might have to do a scroll. Because it's hard to see close up.
Yeah.
What everything is.
So I started in the middle. I worked my way up to the top, and I got to the bottom.
Awesome.
Woohoo! So this is what I stitched. This section right here. That's it.
So how many pages is this part? Do you know? Is it like
I
4
think
pages?
Like 28 or something.
But I mean, is this part you've stitched like 4 or 5 pages on it?
Yes.
Or more?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
4 or 5 pages.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Wow.
modifications, like here's the capital,
Right.
and then here's a skull for
And here's a
quarantine.
bee.
Here's a bee. Do you remember it was January 2020? There was like a murder bee.
The Asian murder hornets.
Or African murder hornets.
No, they were Asian,
Are
honey.
you sure?
I'm a beekeeper. Yes,
Okay.
Asian murder hornets.
Okay.
They came into Washington State. They eradicated them all, but we were nervous because they eat bees.
Yeah.
And an Asian murder hornets can wipe out a whole entire beehive.
Okay.
So we were nervous. Yeah, that was something we
so
followed.
that was really scary. So the bees here.
Yep.
I'm using my own colorway, of course. Here we have Black Lives Matter. So this is also being stitched
it's the fist.
Yeah, the
fist.
fist.
Cool.
I did this modification. This one I got from somebody. I added the date, and these I didn't make up these patterns. So if you're stitching pandemic and you want to see these modifications, there is a Facebook group for it, and that's where I got most of these. This is also being stitched on 25 count Lugana ivory by Zweigart, and it's also 1/1, but I'm just using DMC floss. Mom and I came up with the colorway
a long time ago.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to continue stitching this all summer.
Good, I hope so, because I like this pattern, and I love when I've seen
stitch.
other people.
It's not boring to stitch, even
right.
It's so big. There's always something.
And I've seen other people's colorways.
I'm so happy I got to the bottom. So now I have one whole side.
Right. But I've seen other people finish it with different colorways.
Yeah.
Some of them did it in all shades of red, and some did it in all shades of blue.
Some of them did it in like one variation, one variegated.
Right. But I really like this colorway because I like the aqua, obviously you're into that. But I like that every
object
themed.
Yeah.
So all of the crowns are gold.
Yeah.
And all of
the flying creatures are
brown,
purple.
right? Oh, purple?
Yeah.
Okay. The flying ones and the other creatures are
the four-legged creatures are brown. All the flowers the big flowers are light pink and the little flowers are dark pink.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the dark teal with the light teal little designs inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes it pop, I think.
I like it. Yeah, because part of the fun, and I don't know if I'm ruining it by stitching it this way, but part of the fun of the monochrome in the pattern is that you have to get up close and really like look at all the little motifs because you can't really see what they are from a distance.
Yeah. I
have the photo here.
Oh wow.
So here's the completed pattern. It's huge. It's huge. But here I started in the middle here and you can see this is the flower pot motif. I didn't make any modifications to that. But you have to really like zoom in to see the elements.
Right.
Whereas the way I'm stitching it here, they jump out at you. You don't really have to zoom in. And so those I think you'll see more easily. You don't have to examine it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's the enjoyment is the examination, but I like stitching it this way. So I'm really happy with how this is coming out. I think that's
it for your
whips?
That's it.
That's it for me. That's number 4.
All right. Okay. Well, I mentioned I have 9 whips going on, but I think I only brought 7 because
you stitched on 7?
Actually, I must have 10 whips because there's 4. There's 4 I didn't stitch on this month. So yeah.
Okay.
So we'll start with Holly Jolly All Year Long Santas. And this is what it looks like.
So cute.
And they did it on a green, so I did it on a green. And this is what I've gotten done so far. I've actually gotten done to the next line.
Hey.
Yep, so we got January.
So you're more than halfway done.
January, February, March, April, May, June. July's on the bottom. And the fun part about this is that I do the back stitch and finish off each Santa as I go along. So each one is its own little finish. So it's really super cute. And this is on, let me see. It's on 18 Count Through the Stones by Bestitch Me. And the designer is Amy Brucken. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. It sounds German. It could be Brucken. And I got the pattern from our local needle shop, Cross Stitch.
Well, doesn't the U have those little 2 dots over it? I don't know what those are called, but
well, so it's not on here, so I don't know. And no, it doesn't have 2 dots that I recall. But I never took German, so I'm not sure how the two dots are supposed to be pronounced.
Okay.
And then here is, I started Litha.
Ooh, Litha.
From Witches Gardens Crafts. That's part of the 8 Sabbath collection. And it's on 14 count monk's cloth. Cream.
Are you using the
or mocha,
called
mocha
for? I know
cream.
some of these littler ones you like to bust out your own stash.
Nah, I've been using the called for colors.
Okay.
Which is what takes a little longer because most of my called for colors are in other whips.
Oh.
So I have to go digging.
Yeah.
And I have to look through my pattern. Okay, where the hell is 315? Which one is it in? And some of them, like at the beginning of the year when I was getting my 12 whips ready to do 12 new starts for 12 hours over the whole New Year's Eve thing.
Yeah.
Right. So what I did was
fun.
I went ahead and I just ordered extras. So now when I'm putting them away, I'll have 3 bobbins of the same color, which means my box is exploding.
Uh-oh.
That wasn't well thought out. I don't know. But anyways, so my next one is Midnight Brew by Autumn Lane. That's what it looks like. They did it on this gorgeous little purple. And this one I also got from Cross Stitch Cupboard. Because I went in there, I made the mistake of going in there to buy floss.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw this and I was like, oh, I have the fabric for that. And so I do. I have gotten...
Oh, it's so pretty.
Whoops.
Oh, look, you with a needle.
Of course I got a needle, but mine has a needle minder on it.
Yeah.
So I've got my needle minder stuck on it. And that's how far I've gotten. And
I love it.
I'm basically using the colorway they suggest, except they want me to use the
glow in the dark.
The glow in the dark, thank you. And I use the Krennic, the Etoile. I use the DMC Etoile instead. And the fabric is 18 count Ostara by Witches Gardens Crafts, which I think is just perfect for this. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Just so cool. Okay, and let's see. The next one, I think I have the picture. If my tablet hasn't died, it locked because we've been doing this for a bit. In my photos, that's up there. No, it's not there.
Okay.
Crap on a stick.
That's okay.
It's almost done.
It's almost done.
It's almost done.
Hey, you want me to search for it while
Actually, you know what? If I go to my collections and I go to albums and I go to cross stitch, the picture is in there. Oh, there's a bug on my screen. Get off my screen, little bug. It's right there.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So this is what it is going to look like when it is finished. If I can keep the glare off the screen.
What's it called?
Adventure Awaits.
Very nice.
Yeah, because it's about camping.
Yeah.
And I love camping. The designer is Jessie Schofield. And this is on 14 count Ada from my stash. And this was in the Just Cross Stitch magazine summer of 2024. And
that's
look,
the cover pattern, right?
It is the cover pattern. And look, this now
oh my
this
gosh,
is
that's a nightmare.
This confetti at the top is 2 different colors. So it's a light blue and an off-white for the stars.
Okay.
So I got to about this point over here and just said, fuck it.
Leave it all blank.
No, I stopped looking at the pattern. I just went, okay, I'm just gonna fill it in however I want to fill it in.
So as long as you get it's rounded, then it's fine.
Well, I mean, I got 3 in a row over here, and I don't know what these are supposed to be, and it's so hard for me to find my spot on the pattern because the pattern is black and white.
Oh yeah.
So
make it whatever you want. Yeah, that happens.
So I'm just gonna fill those in with some kind of purple, and then I'm kind of overall gonna do some blue and then some white. I'll use the call for colors, but I am not gonna fuss about which one of these confetti stitches is in the right place.
Yes,
because
it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter.
Shoot me now.
To the pattern, it doesn't matter to the pattern.
And I don't care. From 3 feet away, nobody's gonna know the difference. But I have still to do the fire and the logs and then the little
on the back stitch.
Yeah, and then I know I made a mistake over here somewhere. So I'm going to bring this down to meet it and hopefully fix it on the way because, you know.
Just going to stitch it and pray.
Yeah, whatever.
It won't matter.
It's going to fit into it's going to fit into a hoop.
You finagle
And
it.
I didn't worry about the background because it's a full coverage. So that's one of them.
You could even just not fill in those stars and just leave them with the ivory sticking through.
You know, that's a possibility, but I think I do want to
You
fill
like
them
that?
in.
Okay.
I think I do. And I have me and beads, but I do have some beads left over
Oh yeah,
from
that could
other
be nice.
projects that might look good. So I don't know. I'm going to leave that for last
Okay.
and then see what I want to do with it. Now, the next one, this is, now remember I told you I bought the Poison Garden Stitch Along
The book from
pattern.
Living on the Rainbow.
Yeah, from Living on the Rainbow. So this is the outside of the book.
Oh my goodness.
This has not yet been released. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the spine in the
Yes.
middle. Oh, I got spaghetti on it.
You did.
That's all right. This gets cut off.
Oh my gosh, Mom. Is that what that is? Spaghetti sauce?
Well, it has to be that because I was stitching on this Thursday and we had spaghetti Thursday night.
Okay.
So this has to be. How did I get spaghetti sauce on it?
Let's move along.
I must have had it on my fingers.
Happens to all of us.
Yeah, me more than anybody. But anyway, though, that's the spine. That's the front. This cover's going to look the same, and then it's going to have the other pattern. The other fabric is going to be the pages.
Yeah.
And I got to wait and see how she releases it because I think it's going to be like folded a certain way.
Yes.
And you have to stitch it.
Yes.
On different sides in order to. This is going to be really fascinating.
And she's very descriptive in the details.
Oh, good.
Like, yeah.
Well, she was. I have a lot of faith because I had no problem with the campers. Yes, the instructions were very detailed.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of faith that I'll be able to finish this and it'll be adorable.
Okay, good.
But so far it's really cute. So this is 18 count, and I got it with the kit from Lady Ravenga.
Okay.
Ravenja.
And we'll put the link.
And Living on the Rainbow has a link to the embellishment pack on her Etsy store.
Yeah, and when you buy the pattern, at least when I bought the book patterns, the link was in the pattern too.
Yeah.
You got a little bug there.
I got a bug?
Yeah, like a little black beetle. I don't know where that guy came from.
I don't either. You
on the Adventure Awaits pattern.
Go away.
Right where he belongs, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe he came from the woods. Who knows? Yeah, so
it's that time of year in Florida, by the way. We get beetles and we get like little wormy thingies in the spring. Oh, but the coolest thing, while you get your train of thought, one of the coolest things is outside of our front door, there is a tiny little owl that comes out this time of year. In March. He's this big, and you can barely. I would put the footage here, but you can't really make it out in our Ring camera.
No, because it's at night.
It's tiny. It's a little burrowing owl, and he comes out and he eats the beetles and the grubs and stuff that just this time of year. I don't think he lives here full time. I think he just comes this time of year. It's the only time we see him.
Well, he's a protected species too.
Yeah. So it's so cute. This tiny little owl.
I know,
it's so cute.
They are adorable. Oh, I remember what I was going to say.
Okay.
If you're going to get the embellishment pack, I wouldn't wait too long.
Oh no, they sell out
because they have limited quantities. Yeah. The pattern is digital. So and she's releasing it as a stitch along.
Yeah.
And the embellishment pack is expensive, but for me, I think it was worth it because I know I don't have. It's like
30, you're not going to find those fastenings.
Well, it's 30 count linen, and I don't have that in my stash. And then the fastenings for the book corners, all those little details, the little frog thing, those kind of make it. They're so cute. So I'm not going to source them myself. Then the next thing that I am doing is I also
what's this? I haven't seen this yet.
You haven't?
No.
I also watch Rebel Stitcher.
Oh yes.
And she came out with a pattern called Disagree.
Okay.
And so, I should show you the
finish.
Finish because I'm getting ahead of myself here.
Me too. I get so excited.
I do. What did I just? This doesn't look like what I had before. I'm an idiot. Where is it?
Oh, you should be nicer to yourself. You're not. It happens.
I had it all set up, unfortunately, and then I get out of. Where's today's photos? Are they going to show you that?
It's going to be
Recently added? Nope. It's not going to give it to me. Hang on. I may have to look in a different spot. Oh my goodness. Come on.
It's going to be the ones at the bottom, or are you going to be your most recent photos? So here.
Oh, thank you. There it is.
Sorry, I didn't mean to-
Sorry. So anyway, here is her pattern, Disagree, and I will have to read
Oh,
it
very
to you.
cool. Yes, please.
It says, we can disagree and still love each other unless your disagreement is rooted in my oppression and denial of my humanity and right to exist.
Yep.
And I felt like, yeah.
What did she frame it with? Because I always find it difficult to, like, I have all these phrases I want to design, and then I'm like, I don't know what to frame it with.
She framed it with a whole bunch of little sampler motifs.
Yeah, just these are
right.
call it.
And it's a monogram or monochrome.
Yeah, that's okay.
Monochrome, so it's all one color, but I'm using my own colorway because I have all these really cool, absolutely fun.
Yes.
So
I'm
using Taste the Rainbow by Live and Die LA for the outside, and fun. I may have to order another one.
Yeah,
because I think it feels like I'm gonna run out. And then for the wording, I'm using Mediterranean Sea by the Gentle Art.
Oh, cool.
This one I have 2 of, but I think I'll have enough. Wait, this doesn't go with that.
No,
what is
it's
this?
not red. It's just red that got mixed in.
Oh yeah, this is from a different. Okay, I'll just stick it on the other side because this one's from a different whip. I found it on the floor. It fell off my pants, and I haven't figured out which whip it came out of yet.
Okay,
but I'll put it back with the other whip. So here's. Yikes! Stop that.
Oh, she's dropping stuff.
Crap is dropping again. Oh.
Because gravity's a thing. So it's not new, but it is still a thing.
No, but my needle minder attached itself to the side of the table because the side of the table is metal.
Yes.
We're a mess today.
Well, it's all right. We'll get there.
And so here is.
Oh, very cool.
We can disagree, and then so I've got the outline of the. This is what I'm doing the motifs in.
Lovely.
I love it. All the rainbow colors.
Yeah, that looks fantastic.
And then the even the writing is just.
I really like your choice of doing the border in the variegated and the words in something that's a little less variegated, so you can read them.
Right.
Because the yellow fades into the background, and you'd be missing letters.
And I wanted that border to pop.
Yeah.
Because people are going to read this, but I wanted the border to pop. And I felt like it needed like rainbow colors.
Yeah.
Because it is such a pride saying, and I'm like, yeah. And I know who I'm making this for. So hopefully that person
appreciates
will like it.
Yeah.
And if they don't, too bad. I like stitching it.
Keep it.
And what was I going to say about the pattern?
Maybe
it's
the
on
fabric?
18 count DMC Fiddler's Cloth.
Okay.
And that's and it's that nice little oatmeal kind of
neutral,
very neutral.
Yeah, but natural looking.
Yeah, well,
I went starch white.
You wouldn't believe how hard it was for me to find a piece this big in just a neutral that wasn't, a scrap.
Yes.
But I didn't want to use one of the modeled ones because I knew I wanted to do these colors, and I was afraid
and it would look. They would compete with each other.
That's the word. I didn't want
it wouldn't
them
be
to
enough
be fighting.
Contrast. Yeah.
Right. I didn't want people to be like, oh well, I'm fighting against looking at the background. So yeah. So neutrals are good sometimes. And I know what fell. I know what fell. That's almost the last one. But here's the last one.
Yay.
3 Parrots and a Whale by Jean Farish. And this is from your
from the Flosstube at Sea 2025, January 2025.
And it's on the 30 count Swan Feather Legacy Linen, which I'm stitching over 2. And let me tell you what, this This pattern is what made me get new lenses.
I ordered it from Oscar. He said, just get whatever you get. I was like, all right.
Yeah. But I've got a lot done.
And his eyesight is better than 2020. So
well, he could have stitched it.
Yeah,
but he didn't want to.
It looks fantastic.
So he gave it to me, and I'm stitching it.
She did a good job with these colors.
Like, I got quite a bit done.
This is what I mean. Like, I think that pattern would look really good on this fabric.
Oh, it would.
I mean, I probably wouldn't do the letters in green.
You could do the letters in any color you want.
Yeah.
Change it up, do your own colorway. I would do the letters in the outside color if you're going to do it
or
on
white.
Green.
I would maybe I could just do them in white.
I don't know if they'd pop enough.
Yeah, maybe.
But anyways,
anyway,
it's just really, really pretty.
It is.
Now I'm going to show you the back because of this legacy linen.
Oh yeah.
You can't really carry your thread.
Right.
Oh, you know
Yeah,
what?
your backstitch letters.
I never
look
got to do this
fantastic.
part. I guess I got to go back up and do that part.
You do.
But I mean, that's the back.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm proud.
Your
I'm proud.
backstitch lettering looks really, really good. It has to.
Well,
It looks really, really good.
I could barely get them. I didn't drag it over more than 1,
Yeah.
2 at the most.
Yeah.
Because I was afraid it would show through. This is so thin.
Yeah.
You know, anything you do across the back is going to show. So I was forced to bury the thread and then restart a new thread. And the back stitch and the letters are only in one strand. So you can't even do the loop start.
Yep.
So what I was doing is going up here, like you can see where I went up here.
Oh, that's where you
and kind of buried it and then brought it down because it was close. That H was really close to the Y.
Yeah.
And I could carry the thread down a little bit and anchor it and then go across. It makes you think.
It looks beautiful.
But it's coming out really nice.
It's a really pretty pattern.
I think that's why I'm enjoying stitching on it, because not a lot of stitching makes me think anymore.
Yeah.
And this one is making me really plan ahead where I'm going to stitch from, how I'm going to get from here to there, where I want this thread to end
because
up.
The back has to be neat and tidy or it shows through
or
the
it
front.
shows
and
through
that's
the front.
not usually the case anymore.
No, because we do
Only
so much on hand-dyed fabrics
Mm-hmm.
or Aida or whatever that the back doesn't really matter.
It doesn't
and
show.
I mean, not me, but I have seen some really messy backs.
Sure. Lots of people stitch with messy backs.
And you know what? From the front, you can't tell.
Doesn't matter.
So who cares?
Right.
But on that stuff,
it matters on that one. Yeah.
And and that's the same kind of fabric.
But it's a challenge. I enjoy it.
Well, it's the kind of fabric that women used to stitch on all the time. In the 1700s and 1800s, that's what they had. It's an even weave and it's very thin, and that's what they would stitch on. So I'm very proud that I'm able to make something that's looking as good as they did, as good as, say, an 8-year-old did.
Right, an 8-year-old back in the day.
Right.
Are you done with whips?
I believe I am. I just want to see if I had any other pictures. Nope, there's the Poison Garden and there's Litha. Nope, I did good.
Okay.
I did good.
Good job. So that brings us to plans. Oh, okay, me. My plans, I'm stitching on the same shit this month. That's my plan. I'm gonna try and squeeze in the dumpster fire
tutorial. Yeah.
Yep. It's just time consuming. It's not complicated.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, you got 4 years.
Okay.
But maybe not really.
But yeah, I'm planning on stitching on the same 4 or 5. I think it was supposed to be 5, but I ended up doing 2 weeks worth of lunches, I think, on
Pandemic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I love it. I'd love you to finish Pandemic
something.
And Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil should be your next push to finish.
Yeah, but I think that's it for me for plans for like the next month or so.
Well, I'll be working on the stitch along at the Poison book as it comes out.
Yes.
So I'm excited to do that. I want to put ocean cloths in a frame. I got to find something suitable for him. I may have to make something. I may have to make something. I don't know. I'll just, keep plugging away. Litha's got to get finished before Litha. And then I'll start on the next
coming.
one.
It's on its way.
I know. And then I'll start on the next one.
I love Litha. It's such a happy holiday.
It is. It is. And we used to spend it on the beach. So that was even more fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish your 3 parrots and a whale.
Okay.
And I'm not sure. Yeah, Adventure Awaits is definitely on the plan for this month.
When you're done with it, do you have plans for what you're gonna do with it when it's done and you frame it? Like, where are you gonna put it in the camper?
Going in the camper.
Okay, very nice.
I think I'm gonna figure out how to do like the flat hooks in the camper, or maybe just Velcro.
Is it aluminum, your camper?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say magnets, but it's
no magnets. No, nothing sticks to it.
Well, it's aluminum.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have a flat piece of metal that has a sticky back that I bought that I was going to put on one of the walls, but I can't decide like which wall to put it on.
Okay.
And then I might put a hook.
Magnet hooks on that.
And I can hang that on the magnet hook.
Yeah, there you go.
But you got to understand, because it folds, an
Your
A-liner.
A-liner, yeah, it
So
goes
it folds
boop,
like
boop.
this.
That's
So
really
what happens
cool.
is anything you put on the walls has to come, everything has to come down before you can fold it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every trip.
It's
set up and take down is a little bit of work.
A little bit,
but I think
yeah.
that's true with every travel trailer. Really.
No, not a lot of them. Only the ones that expand.
Okay.
So the ones that don't expand, that are just one can, as it were. You go and you hook up, you set up, and then you unhook and pick your feet up, and then you just go. There's nothing inside that has to be changed.
Okay.
In mine, you got to change up all of the insides because it's got to all fold down. So it gets to be. It does. I'm looking for a new camper.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting old.
Well, and the camper's aging out.
Well, the camper's getting old. I'm getting old, so
you need something easier.
I do.
Yeah.
But anyways, so since we'll be gone, in the summer for about 2 months, we may be missing a Flosstube.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more later once we make the final decision. It'll be July, August.
Somewhere in there.
So, time for the giveaway. And this time we are giving away Egg in a Bowl by Carriage House Samplings. And I don't know who the designer is.
Does it say?
Oh,
maybe they don't give the person's name, huh?
So this is Egg in a Bowl. This is what we're giving away, this pattern.
This is a pattern that one of us won. I don't remember who.
Yeah, we won at
one of our needle retreats.
And it's just not our style, so we're not going to stitch it, but it's really cute. And so in order to participate in this giveaway, please complete the Google form. The link is in the description below. If you don't complete the Google form and your comment is picked, I will skip to the next comment because I don't want to go back and forth figuring out who's who, address, whatever. Mm-hmm. When you complete the Google form, that data is not used for anything else. You're not going to get extra emails from me, nothing like that. It's only used for these giveaways.
And once you complete it, you only have to do it
once. And then every comment,
right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Then you're fine.
And of course, if you've ever completed it before, you can always request to have your information removed. Mm-hmm. You must be over the age of 18. This is just a paper pattern, so I will mail this anywhere in the world that is receiving mail from the United States. Please also be a subscriber. This giveaway has no value if it is lost in the mail. I or Notorious Needle can be held responsible, and it will. I already said it will not be replaced.
Right, and the designer isn't responsible
YouTube
either.
And the designer and the publisher are not involved in this giveaway at all. And then the word that you're going to use for this giveaway is egg, E-G-G. Please use the word egg in a comment, only one comment, and use the word only once, and please use it in a complete sentence. Okay, that's it for this giveaway. Here you go. Egg in a Bowl. Egg in a Bowl by Carriage House Samplings. Oh, from Trudy's Kitchen. Oh, so this is first in a series from Trudy's Kitchen, is what it says at the top there. That's cool.
Cool.
So I wonder if she does like toast next or something. Egg and toast.
Maybe.
Or maybe, what else would you do in a series like this? Like cake?
Oh,
birthday
don't know.
cake?
I would do birthday cake. It's probably a kitchen series.
Okay, so now we can move on to Democrazy. And if you've watched this far, we thank you so much for joining us. I understand if you don't want to listen to the political segment.
Yeah, because we're sick of hearing about it too.
So what I want to say is it's working. The pushback is working. The president of the United States is waffling on tariffs. He's going back and forth, changing things, whatever. Part of it is the chaos. But he's backing down because people are freaking the fuck out. Mm-hmm. And he's seeing, he judges himself by the stock market, and that's plummeting. And he's doing some damage to the economy. So hopefully if you have assets you're able to protect them as much as possible. He backed down on tariffs. He's backing down on, they were going to eliminate the 1-800 number for Social Security.
He backed off on that.
Mm-hmm. Because people freaked out. Also, there's lots of people who are on Social Security because they're disabled and they can't go in person to a site, or their site is hours drive away.
Right.
So he backed down on that. And he also backed down on changing the status of international students in the United States. He was going to change all of their status. So he kicked them all out, and everybody freaked out, and he's not doing that anymore as of this morning.
Right.
So
Subject to change without notice.
My point is
Yeah.
that the pushback is working.
Mhm.
It's working everywhere that there is giant pushback, that he is backing down because he's a fucking coward. It's not just him.
Right.
It's important that we ascribe the responsibility of what's going on right now to the entire Republican Party, who is either enabling him
or not doing crap about
or
it.
not opposing him.
Right.
Which is
silence,
the same.
Silence is complicity.
Silence is complicity. So what he is still attacking the freedom of the press. The AP, the Associated Press, took him to court, and they won their case because he tried to revoke their credentials. But he's still pushing back on that. There are still multiple deportations and detentions. Some of these detentions, guys, these folks are not just criminals, murderers and blah, blah, blah. That's a bunch of propaganda bullshit. These are people who are also here legally, have no criminal record whatsoever, even coming legally. And in rare occasions, they are mixing up American citizens. So if you have brown skin and if you have brown skin and an accent, they are rounding people up and throwing you in a detention center. It's so bad that I ordered a passport card for my husband to keep in his wallet as a form of ID, as proof of his citizenship. I don't know how long it's going to take because everything's taking forever. But if you're an American citizen and you don't look like me and maybe you don't sound like me, that's one way to protect yourself.
Please protect yourself.
I don't know what that protection is really worth these days, but it is a layer. It might help prevent them from actually just arresting your ass on the street, which is bullshit. So a passport card, you get it from the same place that you get passports.
But it's just easier to carry.
Also, a judge was arrested for basically maintaining integrity in her court.
The Wisconsin
judge. Now, there's a lot of stories out there who just say that she was obstructing justice, but that's what she was charged with. If you find an article that looks at the court filings, what actually happened is not she was obstructing justice. Judges, okay, I am not a lawyer, but judges have a certain amount of jurisdiction over their own courtroom, and in some cases their courthouse, right? And I read an AP article that stated that she was informed during a court hearing that ICE was waiting in the hallway outside her courtroom to arrest the immigrant who was in a hearing with her at that moment. She went out and talked to them. She told them to go talk to the Chief Justice, who has jurisdiction. And she told the immigrant who was before her in court, she said, "Here, leave through this jury door." That's what happened. So they're charging her with obstruction of justice
because she refused to let ICE take this man
in the courtroom
without due process.
In her courtroom,
right?
Without due process,
right?
So, and I don't know what the result is going to be, but arresting judges is yet another step in a fascistic state. This is not good. But anyway, so try to find an article that tells you what she actually did, not what they're accusing her for, because there is a lot of bias right now. It's cheap and easy reporting. It's clickbait. Oh, they're charging her with obstruction of justice, but they're not going into the nuance and the detail of what actually happened.
And if you call arresting somebody without due process justice, there's something wrong with your vocabulary.
Yeah, I was looking at somebody was complaining on Twitter, because that's what they do, about, since when do non-citizens have due process? Since the establishment of the Constitution of the United States, it says any person, not any citizen. And you know what their response was? I don't care. So that's the point. Yeah. They don't care. MAGA doesn't care about the law. We all know that.
They won't care unless it happens to somebody in their family. And then
suddenly they care.
What? I didn't know that could happen.
I didn't think the leopard would eat my face. There's a lot of that going around. So anyway, what can you do?
Good trouble.
So the pushback is working. So continue with using the 5 Calls app to make your calls to your 5 representatives. So that's 2 state Congress people. You have the Congress and the House. That's 2 senatorial Congress people. Again, Congress and House. And I don't know if they're counting the 5th one as maybe your governor. I got to look at it. I think it's your governor. And then 6 would be like the White House if you want. But I don't know if there's going to be much response there. So that's one thing you can continue to do. The other good trouble is to support the protests. There are massive protests happening. I mean, we're talking 5 million people protesting. You're just starting to hear about it in the news now.
Yeah, they can't ignore it anymore because it's so big.
It's getting, well, the problem too is like, it's not so many people in one place, but it's everywhere.
Right, it's nationwide.
Everywhere. So if you go to indivisible.org or if you go to 50501.org, you can find a protest local to you. If you cannot attend a protest physically, or if you don't feel safe doing so, which I totally get, you can support local protests in a number of different ways. You can have a protest sign making party. I did this. I had people come over my house. I bought supplies. We made protest signs. And then they can carry your sign for you if they don't want to make a sign or whatever. You can donate to protest funds. Some of these protests are all day long. They're in parks and stuff, but some of them are more rural, and there is an infrastructure to support thousands of people, and so they have to rent porta potties. So you can donate funds for that, for renting porta potties. It's just to keep people safe and sanitary. And then another thing is what's happening at some of the larger protests is there are volunteer tables to register people to vote, and you can volunteer at one of those if you don't feel comfortable protesting, but you still want to attend. You can volunteer to help register people to vote. So that is your good trouble. Please go forth and make the good trouble. And it's working. We just got to keep fighting. We got to keep pushing back. It's not going to work. It's not working everywhere on all things. There's too much going on. But, if you need to rest, take a brief rest, but get back up and keep the fight going. And thank you so much. Do you have anything to add?
I don't think so. I mean, one of the things that I do is when I see good YouTube videos about the protests, things that, show that they're peaceful protests and all of that, I will forward that clip on my public Facebook, and I'll change it from friends only to public, because I'm not worried about, hey, I'm just forwarding the news and it's good news. And that way other people who are seeing my Facebook profile will see that. And so, in a way, that's kind of how I'm supporting it so you're pushing it forward. I'm boosting the signal. News.
Yeah.
Yes, boosting the news, because the mainstream media has not really been reporting about a lot of these.
They're only just starting to pick it up.
Yeah. Right, because it didn't go away. Yeah, and they were worried about it, but everybody else that's reporting about it, and there's a lot of good people on YouTube. I recommend watching the Midas Touch.
Yeah, follow influencers. They have a great, they were like the #1 political podcast on Apple Podcasts. So support the smaller influences, because the legacy media isn't reporting on this stuff.
Oh, and Trump wants to defund NPR again.
Yeah.
I am a supporter of NPR, your local NPR station. They need your support.
And your local newspaper, if you can afford a subscription, that helps a lot, because that's where some of the down and dirty journalism happens, because like I said, the legacy media, man, they're still reporting, but they're kind of dropping the ball on the big picture.
Yeah, their editors, I think, are a little nervous.
Yeah.
Some of them.
They're very clickbaity, very surface, and I don't. That's not working.
Not going to help us.
No,
we need to know what's going on for real.
Thank you. That was a good one. Boost the signal. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, stitch on.